guys, welcome back to my nail purer. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys what went wrong with this turmeric soap, and then I'll be making a lavender soap for a wedding favor that I am making for a friend. I made 100 grams batch of a turmeric face wash, but something went wrong. The face wash started to separate, and during the process of making this I realized that I used the wrong surfactant. So I used cocoa bean tain, and I was intended on using cocoa glucoside as my second surfactant, but by mistake I picked up the wrong surfactant, and and this is what caused the problem. I thought, okay, go ahead and continue making this up anyway, because I thought hopefully everything will be fine, but it wasn't. This surfactant with the cocoa bean tain did not work together at all. So a few days later I had to, of course, get rid of the face wash because I couldn't sell it, and then clean the bottles as you can see and disinfect them. So sometimes when you're making a formulation or you're making something's bound to go wrong, but the best thing to do is not to panic, just relax and try and work with what you've got, which is what I did in this case. So, and also as you can see, I am adding my disinfectant tablet to this to make sure that my bottles are completely clean and disinfected before adding in the new face wash. And also my labels are waterproof, so this has really helped me to be able to save on my label and my glass bottles. So we're going to be making a lavender soap. I have made the lavender soap on this channel before, so the recipe is very similar, but the color and the design is going to be slightly different. So the first one we're going to do, we're going to add our citric acid to our distilled water, mix that together, allow it to dissolve, and then we're going to measure out our lye solution. So we need 211 grams of water, and this is distilled water. And we're going to mix the citric acid and the water until the citric acid is completely dissolved. So we're going to set that to the side, and we're going to go ahead and measure out our lye. We need 157 grams of lye for our soap. So what we're going to do, we're going to mix our lye and our water together. So I'm going to put on my safety equipment, and we're going to do this on my mask and my goggles. And make sure that when you're mixing in your lye, you are doing this in a well ventilated room. If you can do it outside, even better. Just mix everything slowly and carefully until it's completely combined, and then we're ready to measure out our oils while this is cooling down. So now we're going to move on to our oils. So we're going to start first by adding 367.50 of our coconut oil, so 367.5 grams of coconut oil. To the coconut oil, we're going to add our citric acid, and this is going to be our hardener. So this is what is going to harden the soap. So we need 52 grams of our citric acid, and we need 63 grams of cocoa butter. 63. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to melt these ingredients together first before adding my shea butter, my olive oil, and my castor oil to preserve those three ingredients. Okay, so the coconut oil, cocoa butter, and citric acid has completely melted. So now we're going to do is add our shea butter and then melt that, and then we'll come back, add our olive oil and castor oil. So we need 220.5 grams of our shea butter. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave the shea butter into the hot oil, and in about 2 to 3 minutes I'm going to start mixing it, and that should completely melt the shea butter. If it hasn't, I can pop it in the microwave again for a few seconds, come back, We're going to add our olive oil and our castor oil. Now that is completely melted, we're going to add our olive oil and castor oil. So for olive oil, we need, let's see, 262.5 grams. Then for our castor oil, we need 84 grams. So now that all our oil has been added, we're going to mix all of this together, make sure that they're completely combined. We're going to set this to the side, and once our temperature has reached 100 Fahrenheit, or just below 40 degrees, with the oil and the lye, we're going to combine these ingredients together. So in the meantime, I'm going to measure out my fragrance and my clay. We need 15.75 grams. And so for this soap, we're going to be using lavender essential oil. And my essential oil is from Nikura, and they do good wholesale prices for lavender oil in the UK. So they are my go-to suppliers when it comes to my fragrance and my essential oils. So we need 53.55 grams of our fragrance oil, of our essential oil, sorry. So these are the two colors we're going to be using for our soap. So we're going to be using a dark purple and a light purple for this soap. And I'm thinking of having one color at the bottom and the lighter one at the top. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come back once the lye and the oil has cooled down to below 100 Fahrenheit, 40 degrees. Okay, so I have just added my clay to the oil because my lye solution is cooling down to the temperature that I want. So I've added the clay, and we're going to mix the clay in with the oil before adding our lye. So my loaf is ready for me to pour my batter into. So we're going to strain the lye into the oil, and now it's time for us to blend this together. So we're going to start by pouring some of the batter into this container here. I think that should be enough. Is that enough? Yeah, I think that's enough. I just need a little to change the top. So now we're going to add the majority of the fragrance to this batter here. And we're going to mix this in by hand first. We're going to add our color. This one is about ready. I'm gonna pour that in. I hope you guys can see. So that is one. So this one, I'm going to go ahead and add the fragrance now by hand and mix everything in, mostly by hand because the batter is starting to thicken up. So we're going to add our fragrance. We're going to mix that in. Mix that in really well. And we're going to go ahead and add our color. We're just going to do a little bit at a time, because I want the color at the top to be a little bit lighter. Okay, I want it a lot lighter. I'm gonna go in with the whisk. Okay, perfect. Okay, this is just perfect. This is the exact color I am looking for, just a light purple. Okay, so we're going to bring the butter in. Let me make sure that you guys can see this. That's better. So let's add the top. So there you go, guys. Here is the lavender soap. Let's change the color. Let's do it from this angle. So here's the lavender soap that I made just over 24 hours ago. We're going to unmold and then cut. Here is the two-tone color. I think I wish I had made it a little bit deeper, maybe up to here, but nonetheless, here is the color. We're going to cut it now. So if you made it this far into this video and you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you're notified when more videos are uploaded. Follow us on all our social media, our Instagram, our TikTok, and also shop our wholesale website. Everything that you need will be in the description box below. So go ahead and check out the description box. So until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.